I'm Anthony Duncalf, and I've lived up in this part of the world for nearly 20 years now. I'm from Yorkshire originally and moved up here. Basically, I'd been on holiday. I'd bought a holiday cottage up here and just ended up spending so much time up here and so reluctant to go back home that we decided to make the move. We talked about retiring up here, but decided we didn't want to wait 15 years to do it. We'd wanted to come up and get started because it's a wonderful part of the world. Given it the name of Church Without Walls, which sort of grew. It started with a small group of what we called Wigtown Creative Worship, but I gradually wanted to take it beyond just something that happened once a month in a church hall. I've always had a love of the outside and of nature, and found that a way of connecting with God, and I wanted to share that with other people. So it was, church without walls. It's outside, it's not in a building, but also there's a lot of people around who don't really feel welcome or comfortable in a conventional church setting, and I wanted to reach out to those kind of people who felt they might not be welcome, or that just need a bit of encouragement to come in and find out what it's all about. So that was the vision. So there's no walls about who can come and join in. You don't have to sign on the dotted line that you believe X, Y and Z. You can just come in and see what's happening. I've been a Christian all my life, really. I was brought up in a very conventional Anglican family down in Yorkshire, and I went away to university and joined the Christian Union and became quite heavily involved in sort of evangelical Baptist type ministries. I spent 10 years or so in what I would now see as pretty much a cult, a very hyper evangelical Pentecostal church that started off very positive but went off track and became very controlling. And more recently I've found my way back into more conventional church settings. I'm a member at the moment of the local Church of Scotland Presbyterian Church. But yeah, I've been involved in all sorts of different churches, different ways of worshipping, different thoughts about God. So I guess I'm a bit of a composite of all those different things. Really, I want to draw out the good bits of what I've experienced in different church settings. Some of the stuff that we use is ancient stuff that's in the Orthodox Church or something, been using those kinds of prayers and music for centuries, but also very much open to something new. We've used poems that people have written themselves in the last months, or we had a song the last time that I actually wrote myself. So it's very much a mixture. If it's connecting with God, then it doesn't really matter whether it's ancient or hyper modern. It's that connection that's the important thing.
Now, I believe spirituality is a big part of what you're trying to promote with the Church Without Walls. But is it just generic spirituality like the divine feminine, divine masculine, and a lot of the New Age practices, or is it still based in Christian tradition?
I'm very much open to different ways of relating to God. But at the end of the day, I'm a Christian. I believe that Jesus is the most important way that we can connect with God, and everything that we do will at some point connect into that. Not particularly straight down the line, you must ascribe to this creed, but that God is there, and in Jesus he was reaching out to us in a particularly special and meaningful way, and that's what I want people to find. But it might be quite a journey to get there from where people are at the moment. At the end of the day, it's the relationship side of things that I think is most crucial. I don't think when Jesus was doing his ministry down here on earth, he wasn't there saying, well, you must believe X, Y, Z. He was there about meeting people where they are, helping them to face the things that they were facing in life, and wanting to be their friend, be their teacher, be the person that was there for them when perhaps nobody else was. And that's, I think, is still true today. It doesn't really matter whether you've got your theology 100% correct. I think at the end of the day, when we all get up to heaven, we'll find out that we were wrong on all sorts of things. But what matters is that we're relating to God, and we're allowing him to speak to us personally. Right, well, the already mentioned, we started off with a monthly, what we call a creative worship session, which is just a small group of people praying, singing, and enjoying, reflecting on God. It's very much a meditative, contemplative thing, focused a lot on the Taizé tradition of meditative music and chanting, which started off in France but has become quite an international thing. Out of that, we're just launching this week what is, I guess, the core of the Church Without Walls vision. We're taking the worship and the connecting with God out into the outside world. We're meeting in the centre of Wigtown and walking up a hill and enjoying fellowshipping with one another and with God out in creation. And the third strand is what I'm calling In the Footsteps of the Saints. This part of the world has got a real long tradition of Christianity. You may have heard of St. Ninian, who is regarded as the initial missionary to the Scottish countryside, and he was based in Whithorn, which is just down the road from where I live. And we want to start going out into the places that are associated with Ninian and the other early saints, and reflecting on their tradition, what they brought to us, and what that teaches us about God and our relationship to him. And something else, or more of a longer term vision, is to do an online Bible study, so that people who don't live particularly locally can also join in with what we're doing, but perhaps do it in a slightly different way from what people are used to, more on a reflective, experiential level, so that people can share what passages mean to them and how they feel God's speaking through them. Well, it's a whole new venture. There's lots of possibilities, but basically I'm aiming to share reflections and insights that have meant something to me and that I feel other people will relate to. That may be by way of a short Bible study or something like that. It may just be a bit of a rambling about an experience I've had and that's taught me about God. It might be something musical. There's lots of possibilities there, but hopefully it'll be something that's a little bit different and might just strike a chord with people that conventional church stuff doesn't necessarily. Wherever you are, whatever you're going through, I just want people to know, I want you to know that there's a God out there who's interested in where you are. He's not some big ogre up in the sky that's standing in judgment. He's a God who loves, who cares, who wants to get involved, and that can really make a difference to your life. Yeah.